Hey guys, stop scrolling because I'm about to show you how to set your makeup so much better in this Louisiana horrible humidity. Or if you're watching from out of town and you're experiencing some hot temperatures and humidity, this is going to help you so much when you're trying to wear a mask and keep your makeup in place. It's going to be a little different, so hang tight. The first thing that I'm going to do is moisturize. Well, I've already done that, which is why my face looks a little bit shiny. So I've already done that. But this is gonna be your first step to getting it to set a lot better. I'm gonna take my fluffy brush and I've got some loose setting powder and I'm gonna dust my face in the loose setting powder. Now, I'm sure you remember that I don't like to use setting powder if you've watched any of my videos before, anywhere underneath my eyes. But since this is gonna be super light, like a light layer, it's gonna absorb a lot of this oil. So I'm going to put it all over really quickly. And now I'm going to use my primer. You can use any primer you want. The one that I use is the Maskcara Beauty primer. And so I'm going to spray that on my beauty blender and I'm just going to put that all over my face and then I'm going to let it dry. And this is going to hold your makeup, especially for those of you who have to wear a mask all day long. So I'm wearing a mask all day long when I'm teaching, and so this has really helped my makeup to stay in place. Okay, so my face is primed, and so I'm going to be working out of this palette right here. And if you didn't know, I am an artist with Maskcara Beauty, and this is what our makeup looks like. And so these are some of the tins that help to create my foundation. So I'm about to put these on with some tools to create like a three-dimensional look on my face, but one that's gonna stay all day. So just a little recap, I moisturized, then I dusted a loose translucent powder all over my face, and then I put my primer on my face. You can use any primer that you like, and then you let it dry. So now I'm gonna go in with this brush right here. So you've probably never seen me use this brush here, but I have figured out that whenever I wear a mask, if I use this brush right here, it gives me more of like an airbrush kind of feel, but it's a little bit thicker than this other brush that I used to use that I would say that about. And so I really like the way it feels. I am going to be using June. June is my highlight. I think I'm gonna put my contour on first so that you guys can see that really fast too. And so I'm gonna be using Astoria. Okay, so Astoria is my absolute favorite contour color, and this video is a giveaway. So if you're light-skinned, Astoria is still gonna work for you because it's gonna give you a much more dramatic look if you're going out, okay? But if you are darker skinned, it's going to give you a little bit of a lighter look so that you can just look a little bit made up a little bit. So this is going to be a color for anybody. So this is a giveaway. So share this video, like, share, and comment, especially if you like Astoria. So this is the Detail Hack brush. It looks kind of like a paintbrush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into this color right here, which is called Astoria, like I said. And I'm going to contour my face, and I'm going to place the contour here on my face right here. I usually make like a fish face and just place it here, and I try not to go past the iris of my eye. So you don't have to be really exact, just press it in. The more you put on, the more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just gonna be a lot more vivid. And it also provides coverage. So the reason I'm putting it on first today is so that my people who are not familiar with Maskcara Beauties, maybe you're watching and you have wanted to try this makeup, you will be able to see how you don't have to use so much of the skin colored one to create like a flawless look. So basically it's going to be three-dimensional, but it's not going to be super cakey, first of all, because it's a cream. Second of all, it works with your skin's temperature. So it's going to settle into your skin really beautiful and not show your lines and wrinkles. And third of all, it's going to really stay in place because you're not packing it on top of each other. Okay, so I'm putting it there. I'm also going to put it here. I'm going to do all of this before I start blending. So I'm going to use the smaller part of the B squared brush, and I'm going to go into this color right here, which is June. Now I'm going to find a little bit of a finer brush with a smaller tip, and I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting with my brightening highlight. So I'm going to go into this color right here, which is called Moonlit, and I'm going to just kind of draw out a triangle, a little bit here, here, a little bit under here, a little bit under here. This is a little pick-me-up. Here, this is going to be an eye lift, and a little bit here. I am not much of a huge brightener under my eye fan, okay? And so I'm still not going to blend. I'm going to go into Bella Bronzer. This is going to be my cream bronzer, which I love so much. And honestly, I'm just going to go in with this part right here because I like the size of this brush, and I'll just kind of wipe it off. Sometimes I take Bella and I just kind of put it on my wrist, and I'm going to bronze the parts of my face that would get some sun, like my temples, kind of like my nose a little bit, the top parts of my cheeks up here, and then I'll go back with a cream blush in just a little bit. A lot of the times I'll do my neck too. Now, some people like to blend with their brush. I'm not a blush blending kind of gal. So I'm gonna wet this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've made it double in size. I've taken a dry towel and I've squeegeed it off a little bit. So now I'm gonna do a little bit of blending. And so I just wanna make sure that my beauty blender isn't too wet, and it doesn't really matter where you go. It doesn't really matter if you overlap anywhere with your bronzer, with your contour, it's all gonna go in place. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Now I'm gonna go back into that same loose powder that I put in this top, and I'm gonna take this beauty blender and I'm gonna kind of pack it in there because it's summer and it's hot, and I'm going to set right here and just let it sit, somewhat of a baking technique. And my powder is translucent. Remember, if you get a colored powder, it can change the way your makeup looks. I didn't put any of that under my eye. I am gonna go into the mascara setting powder, which is called Vanilla Dust. I'm going to put that on that same brush I was using and kind of just pop that here. I'm gonna let that sit for a second, and then I'm gonna apply a cream blush. So these are some of the blushes that we have. Here is another layer of blushes that we have. They're gorgeous. They're so pretty on your face. You can use any blush brush. I'm just gonna pick up this brush. This is the 30-second hack brush, and I'm gonna apply some blush to my face. I'm gonna be using the color Royal. This is the color Royal. It kind of looks like a burgundy color, and I'm gonna try to go a little bit light with it because it is a vivid color. These tins are $14, and so you can have a whole compact of makeup for around 50 bucks. Sometimes I get a little carried away with the blush, and if I do that, I just pick up my beauty blender and go back at it and just blend it all out again. So there's really no mistake you can't correct. All right, so I've got some blush on my face, so now I'm gonna do some illuminating, and so I'm gonna use a powder illuminator for that. I usually don't do that, but I'm feeling a little extra. This is called Glamazing. I keep it in my eyeshadow palette so that I can use it on my eyes because it's a great eye highlighter. And I'm just gonna kind of go up like this with this illuminator. I like the way it looks whenever I turn. Okay, so now I'm gonna dust off that loose powder that I had on earlier. All right, and the last thing I'm going to do before I set is I'm going to use this Maybelline Super Stay Matte ink. I used this yesterday and it was like perfection. It's called Ring Leader, and it really stayed for a long time. And I feel like these make my lips look a little bit bigger. All right, I'm gonna put just a little bit of highlight in the middle. All right, so that's it. And this is our Stay Spray. It's been repackaged since I've purchased it. This one actually has an SPF of 30. You can get the SPF or the non-SPF. You can spray it right onto your face, or you can put it on one of these, and your makeup is gonna stay all day. And it's gonna look so much better than it does usually in the summertime. So that's it. Here's a little up close of how it looks. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and share. If you have any questions, message me. If you'd like to be color matched, send me a message. Have a great day, guys.